So we're going to have a look first of all at the sailing directions. So we want to come to the AENP, Admiralty Electronic Nautical Publications. Double click on it. It'll just take a moment to open. And okay, and then we've got a list of recent publications we can look in, or we've got a whole series of publications that are down here. Okay, if this was the real world, we would need to make sure that we had updated our publications before we did this exercise, but as we're just doing this for training, I'm just going to leave that for now. So we're going to look in the Dover Strait pilot. We've set ourselves a theoretical passage plan. So we're leaving Dover on the 21st of the 1st and we're going to Portsmouth and for arrival on the 26th of the 1st. So we'll use this while we're looking in the publications. And I'm going to work through some of this exercise here to show you the kind of things you might look for in the pilot. Now, all this is an electronic version of the book. So if we want to find Dover, we'd have to go through and find the contents page and find the page number. Okay. The great thing about electronics is we can do Control F and we get a search button and then we can type what we're looking for. So I'm going to look for Dover. Now this will find all of the Dovers. So there's useful information here. But I'm going to find the main Dover exercise, that main Dover section. So I'm going to keep clicking through. And it does take time, and it does take quite a bit of reading. That's why we call it the appraisal stage, to go through everything. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Dover is in this so much because it's a Dover Strait pilot. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. So I'm reading through all of this, skim reading through all of this, and I've now found the main piece of information that I need to read, which is on Dover Harbour. So Dover Harbour is on page 92, the main information about it, and I would probably write that page number down on my rough paper so that I'm not having to skip through each time. And it's just a case of then reading through the whole section on Dover Harbour, so take the time to read this and pick out the pertinent information. The second question is saying over which size vessel is pilotage compulsory. So it's just a case of reading all the way through it and looking for anything on pilotage. So pilotage is compulsory for all vessels over 50 metres in length, except for Her Majesty's ships and foreign warships. So unless you're a warship, you must have a pilot if you're over 50 metres in length. And then here we've got vessels over 20 metres carrying dangerous substances in bulk and so on. So it's a case of looking through. It's a case of looking through and reading the Dover Harbour section. Later on, we've got some things like a small survey vessel max to have 10 metres is to reposition from Folkestone to Dover. Use a Dover pilot to identify 2 potential contingency anchorages. So then I need to work through. This is Folkestone. Okay. This is Dover. So the way the book works is it goes from Folkestone and effectively it sails along the coast until Dover. And it gives us some example anchorages that potentially we could use along the way. Now this is just the sailing directions, this is all the information we can get from it. To appraise, we need to then look at the ecdis and see, is this sensible? Is it sensible for my type of vessel with the forecast and so on? But this is where we get the basic information from. Okay, so use the search function, look through and take some time to read it, and you should be able to find most of the answers. But it does take quite a bit of time the first time you use it.